Welcome. Today in this session, we are trying to focus upon as to how we can have insight about the values of integrated 4 years course being introduced by us. For it, we have to have a glimpse of what is the vision of Vedic mathematics and where and up till which is the reach of this vision of Vedic mathematics. It is the vision of the discipline which indexes the values of its reach. Vedic mathematics is the mathematics of organization of Vedic knowledge. Vedic knowledge is parallel with the values and features of our existence phenomenon. The existence phenomenon in its entirety is the subject of chase of the Vedic systems. Vedic knowledge, as we know, was organized by Maharishi Vedvyas as 4 Vedas, and the Vedic knowledge is having its source scriptures as Vedic Samhitas. Amongst them, Sakal Rigved Samhita is the prime source of lively range of the values of Vedic knowledge. Therefore, we shall sit comfortably and let us permit our mind to have a visit to the vision of Vedic mathematics so that we can acquire proper insight about its reach as well as the values and features thereof being introduced here and made foundation of the 4 years integrated course being designed. It is in this context that we shall be of values of sequential progression, beginning with linear order 3 space and sequentially having a reach up till spatial order 4 space, solid order 5 space, and creative order 6 space. This way, these quadruple steps charter the complete pilgrimage. This pilgrimage of quadruple steps, in a way, is the natural approach for enrichment of the intelligence field. These 4 phases of the intelligence field are of linear order of 3 space, spatial order of 4 space, solid order of 5 space, and creative order of 6 space. Accordingly, the 4 years course is being designed of 4 phases and stages, first of which is 3 space mathematics values to be imparted during class 9. Step ahead, 4 years course is to sequentially and in continuity is to be of sequential continuity steps, and class 10 focus would remain upon 4 space. Class 11 focus is to remain upon 5 space, and class 12 focus is to remain upon 6 space. 3 space has hypercube 3 as its representative regular body. 4 space has hypercube 4 as its representative regular bodies. 5 space has hypercube 5 and 6 space has hypercube 6 as their respective representative regular bodies. So what we are planning, what is being designed, what is going to be expected of the attainment after one is through this 4 years course is that his mental state sequentially, beginning with linear order, will be of reach of a creative dimensional order. This reach, this vision is the foundational value of this course. For it to have an overview as to what precisely is being aimed at, we shall pose to ourselves as that we are within a room, or as that one is confined within a cube. Then the entire universe, the whole space, will appear as it is a 3 space. The walls of the room, the surfaces of the cube will condition and create a mental state that to such individual, it would look like as if the entire universe is a 3 space, it is of a linear order, and as if the exhaustive coverage of the linear order is not having any residue to be learned further. Present day mathematics, the present day approach, the present day features of the knowledge are of this order itself. Linear order logic is not the logic of the reality. Vedic vision is that step ahead, there is a reality of a 4 space. Therefore, one shall come out of a room and have a fresh visit to the space around, and one will soon realize as that conditioning because of the walls of the cube were artificial, unnecessary, and those were not of the reality frame of the space. The reality frame of the space is of different features, different values, and those values are the values which transcend the limitations and conditions of the linear order of 3 space. The figurative representation on the computer screen is just indicating the first phase and stage when one is within a room, and the second phase and stage is when comes out of a room. The moment the conditions of the walls are no more there, the moment this conditioning gets dissolved, the moment one is beyond these conditions, the moment there is a transcendence from this conditioned state of mind, then there will be a dissolution of the linear order, and we will be realizing, we will be comprehending, we will be interacting, we will be having comprehension of the existence phenomenon being of a spatial order. The stability of individual in such space will soon again result into conditioning, and that will be the conditioning of the spatial order. One will get soon conditioned, and one will start posing to oneself as if the reality is only up till the 4th space, while the fact is otherwise. The Vedic comprehension is that the reality is not restricting itself only up till a 4th space. There is a result, a reality beyond. Therefore, one shall come out of the 4 space room. One shall come out of hypercube 4. The moment one will be out of hypercube 4, one will soon having a blissful glimpse of the existence phenomenon, being of features and values much beyond the spatial order. One will start having a blissful thoughts, and one will start having an insight and enlightenment of the solid order. The pair of depictions on the computer screen are firstly of the phase and stage when one comes out of the hypercube four space cube and has dissolution of the spatial order, and one starts feeling as if one is having existence within a solid order space. However, if one still permits oneself to remain confined to that conditioned state, then his mental state will naturally get conditioned, and that mundane manifested solid order will grip the mind, and one will never be in a position to have a transcendence for face to face with the reality of our solar universe. For it, naturally, we have to come out of hypercube 5, we have to come out of 5 space cube, and moment we will be out, then we will be face to face with sun, Surya, nature, Brahman domain, and the reality will be lively. It will be of a creative order. This 4 years course is aiming to expose young minds and to put them on such pilgrimage of intelligence field that it of its own, because of inherent potentialities, sequentially dissolves the conditioning because of a linear order of a 3 space or spatial order of a 4 space, even of the solid order of the transcendental domain. To be creative, one is to be through all these phases and stages, and it is for this reason that we are aiming, we are designing, we are planning, we are proposing, we are just pressing that our mainstream discipline of instructions shall be Vedic mathematics, which is of the Vedic order and which takes us to the values of vision and reach of Vedic mathematics. In this background, let us now take a step further and try to put to ourselves as to how 3 space, 4 space, 5 space, 6 space, or because of their simultaneous existence, are marking their presence here in 3 space, conditioned by the walls, by the surfaces, how these higher spaces mark themselves, print out their features as triangle, or be made subject of visit for the transcending mind. Let us sit comfortably. Let us pose to ourselves as to how and in which form these higher dimensional reality features are manifesting themselves and marking their presence within a triangle. It has 3 sides, it has 3 vertices, it has 1 inner surface, it has 1 outer surface. Now see, if we are having a right angle triangle of sides 3, 4, and 5, and if we do not attend to other attending features, then this triangle will be for us only a setup of 3 lines coordinated and joined, making a right angle triangle, and only the features of the Euclidean geometry will be decipherable and imbibable by us. However, if we have a fresh visit to this setup, then it will be coming to our pointed attention as that the area of this triangle is 6 units. The right angle triangle with 3 linear sides of 3, 4, and 5 units leads to area of 6 units. Area is of different units than of the length. So this triangle is having pair of generic units. First of linear nature for the sides measures, and second is for the area. So this quadruple 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be another feature, and this feature will be because of the spatial order of a 4 space, because of 2 space playing the role of dimension is marking its presence specifically and particularly in the form of the area of this triangle. Let us have a pause. Let us have a fresh visit to this setup and see this setup is having 3 vertices, 3 sides, and 1 area. So this setup is having 7 structural components. Initial stage, we're having triple values 3, 4, 5. At the next stage, we had quadruple values 3, 4, 5, 6. And now see another additional feature in the form of 7 structural components are also coming to light. And so it will make up that when we will have a transition from a spatial order to a solid order, that means when we'll be reaching from 4 space to 5 space, then this very figure, this very setup will be a setup of penta numerals 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Sit comfortably, have a fresh visit to this very setup, and it will come to light as the space surface outside the triangle is an independent additional feature. It will be of value 8. This way, see how it is the mental state, it is the intelligence field which sequentially brings to pointed attention the distinguishing features because of different spatial orders of higher dimensional reality. Like that, we have to think further. We have to glimpse further. And this glimpsing now can be in the form of that triangle as a setup of 3 sides is the printout of a 3 space. A step ahead, square, enveloped with a quadruple sides is the next phase and stage. Step ahead is pentagon. Step further ahead is a hexagon. So see sequentially this very surface, this very spatial order of the creator's space is sequentially unfolding and bringing to pointed attention of us, but only if our mental state is alive, lively, blissful, and is parallel with the inherent features of the intelligence field created sequentially by the mind. Therefore, when we will be through this course, then initially in the first year as class 9 course, we will be focusing only upon a triangle and how different features emerge. Step ahead, we will be focusing upon the polygons. Cube as polygon 3, square as polygon 4, pentagon as polygon 5, hexagon as polygon 6 will be the setups which will be exploited to work out different potentialities of the natures needed for our existence phenomenon. Let us sit comfortably and let us have a further glimpse as to how the 3 space as of linear order is leading to the organization of a Rig Veda of 21 branches. Spatial order is leading us to Yajurveda of 101 branches. Solid order is leading us to Samveda of 1000 branches. And Atharveda of creative order is leading us only to 9 branches. Let us have a fresh visit to these quadruple numbers, 21, 101, 1009. See that hypercube 3 is a setup of 4 folds, like all creative manifested creations of a 4 space is 1, 2, 3, 4, making a sum value 10. So here, when we will be having a shift from unit 1, 0, 1 to unit 10, which is a reflection pairing with 0, 1, 1, 10, this setup will lead us to the organization for 21 as 10, 1, 0 plus 1, 0, 1 plus 1, 0. So see, it is first reflection, and that is the second phase and stage of reflection for the image itself. It is here where at present the existing mathematical processes are having a halt. However, Vedic mathematics goes a step ahead, goes from object to image and then to image of the image. This way, 101 takes us to 10 multiplied by 10 plus 0, 1 multiplied by 0, 1. Step ahead, Samved takes us to 10 multiplied by 10 by multiplied by 10, while Atharved value 9 takes us to 10 minus 0, 1. While we will be through this course, we will be imbibing these features, these values, these working steps of the Vedic mathematics. Step ahead, when we have a fresh visit to the formulation Rik, which is of TC value 5, formulation Yajur of TC value 11, formulation Sam of TC value 15, formulation Athar of TC value 17, and simultaneously Rigved as 27, Yajurved as 31, Samved as 35, and Atharved as 37. We will be sequentially face to face with the distinctive features of cube. We know cube is a setup of 29 structural components, namely 8 corner points, 12 edges, 6 surfaces, and 1 volume. It makes Rigved, it makes nakshatras. Step ahead, when this cube as 3 space body is also having its dimensional frame, 3 axes and origin, it will make the structural setup of 31 components. So transition from Rigved to Yajurved, in fact, is a transition from space content lump to space content lump within a dimensional frame. And step ahead, we will be having a transition from single digit numbers to double digit numbers. It will be taking us to 5x7 grid. And it is this grid mathematics which is unique. It is this grid mathematics which will provide us the bio chip for our computers. At present, human mind is struggling hard to have a transition from metallic chip to a bio chip, but Vedic systems have already achieved it. Therefore, while we will be through this course, we will also be having transition for the needed bliss steps of transition from the mechanical metallic chips to the bio chips. And ultimately, Atharved of TC value 37 is the TC value of Shri Bhagwan. It will be taking us to 6 space as origin of a 5 space. It will take us to Gita. It is Vedanta Trai. It is going to be a sense of the Vedantas. Like that, this brings us face to face with as to how the Vedic systems, Vedic knowledge, Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, and Vedic way of approaching the reality of our existence phenomenon is very, very blissful. And sadhakas students who are going to be privileged ones to be through this course will certainly be the blessed choice of the nature. Nature will blissfully equip them with perfection of their intelligence because of the consciousness base which they will be attaining, which they will be acquiring for their intelligence field. Once we will be at that state, then we will be in a position to comprehend how the quadruple perfect numbers 6, 28, 496, 8128 are holding the structural keys of Vedic knowledge. Number value 6 is a Surya Ank. All what is within the sun, all what makes the features of our solar universe are here in this very number. It is a perfect number which has biggest prime factor 3 and its product value as well is 6, and the total factors are 3. Step ahead, 28. It is the TC value of Brahma, from Surya to Brahma, from solar universe to the eternal universe. Reach is to be from 3 space to a 4 space. And see numbers values range. 10 raised to the power 1 has only one perfect number, namely 6. Values range 10 raised to the power 2, 1 to 100, has a pair of perfect numbers 6 and 28. So it is a creator's space. It is the creator's space which is bringing us face to face with as to how the Vedic systems are having unique blissful transition from the Surya to the Brahma. It is this eternity feature of the creations which allure us. For it is for this that we are urging. It is this urge which is intensifying, and it is for the satisfaction of this intensity that we are designing this course. And sequentially step ahead, we will be at 496. See, we know that Garud is the carrier of Vishnu. See the word Garud. Garuda. Values are 496. See how the knowledge is preserved. See how the system is lively. See how it is enjoyable. And if we have to transit from Brahman Lok to a Vishnu Lok, then we have to have carriers like Garud. And ultimate reach at 8128, 81 and 28 are the features. When these will be worked out, it will take us to these quadruple perfect numbers with their factors 3, 5, 9, 13 as summation value 30 is parallel with the TC value of Sahita. So Vedic Samhita is the foundation, and when we will be having some of the prime factors of these quadruple numbers of 3, 7, 31, 127, it becomes 168, and value 168 is 8 multiplied by 21, and 21 is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. It is a dimensional frame of 8 space, and value 30 is the value of hypercube 8. See, entire nature, Asht Prakriti, 8 space is completely mathematized here. It is complete mathematization of the nature, which is the blissful feature of this system. And you know, number 168 is parallel with the total primes up till 1000, Shahishta of TC value 23, which is parallel with Anant, infinite infinities. So this system expands from within and handles infinity as a unit. So it becomes the mathematics of infinities. It is this mental state which we are wishing for. It is this mental state which is going to be our attainment. The index of the mental state, the index of the intelligence field of the sadhakas students through this course will be of this order. And with this order, we will be handling the entire structures of geometric frames as of algebraic equations, as numbers values of 9 cross 11 grid, of double-digit numbers, of 10 place value system, and its format is going to be the creative boundary of 10 components of 10 place value system. It is here where we have our eye. It is all what is our vision. It is what all we are wishing for. It is the attainment. It is the reach. And it is the reach of the order of Creator, the Supreme Brahma, meditating within cavity of his own heart, and with the grace of the Transcendental Lord Shiv, Lord Brahma multiplies as 10 Brahmas, and whole system is the Vedic order. Everything is mathematical. Let us sit comfortably. Let us have Shraddha, faith with Nishtha, conviction. It is our faith with conviction which will be the rewarding feature. Thank you very much.